our good friend Tom Brady. We've been in Tom's corner. We know his kids miss him, and he's going through his hardships this year, professionally and personally. It's been very painful actually to watch. He's literally aged 10 years overnight, seemingly. But one theory that I had read is like this: that the split with Tom Brady and Gisele, is that actually so? Because of the endorsement of Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX and the collapse over there in the endorsements and the lawsuits, that perhaps it was convenient for them to split with managing the assets part of it and to appear that they're not together to help protect their assets, but they're really still together. What do you think of this one, Wayne?
Um, I wouldn't say that that's implausible, especially given that I don't follow this too closely because, frankly, I don't really give a crap about Tom Brady's private life. But I do see that Gisele is still commenting on pictures he posts and things like that, and there doesn't seem to be any true animosity there. I'm not saying that people who get divorced have to hate each other or anything like that, but you know, does it make sense from tax purposes? I don't know. I'm not an accountant, but it certainly wouldn't be the first time something like that happened. And I don't know how heavily invested the two of them were. It sounds like it could be one of two things. Tom Brady is damn near broke because he put everything in there, or it sounds like a lot of celebrities just got equity or got parts of the company. And so what they lost was basically just their time putting it into it. But I haven't seen any numbers thrown around. I'm sure that it's not going to look great when all these lawsuits hit the class action suits against these celebrities for basically why in the world would you listen to Tom Brady about where you invested your money? I don't know. Is Tom Brady the Tom Brady of financial wizardry also, or is he just a really good quarterback? I don't understand when I see Stephen Curry or Stephen Curry or whatever. Why are people listening to these people about cryptocurrency? What the hell do they know? Who
And
has
that, yeah. And that's where, as a lawyer, I find that interesting because, the idea of athletes endorsing a product without doing their due diligence. And especially, it's one thing saying, okay, I like a Starbucks coffee. I like, a protein supplement. I like this brand of bananas, whatever you're going to endorse. But even cologne, it's something in your genre, which you actually do use, something you can like, theoretically, a car you drive. But when it comes to investing, and without doing your own due diligence, maybe pouring in even some of your own money or a lot of your own money, this thing collapsing, and then a class action lawsuit saying, I invested because of what Tom Brady had to say. He endorsed this thing. He never did his due diligence, and he screwed me. So now, Tom, you're responsible for it. I don't see this happening from a liability standpoint, but man, this is very interesting to talk about, certainly.
well, I don't if we're going to give Tom Brady grief for talking about this, for endorsing this product as much as he did, that doesn't let you off the hook for being a moron also. Why are you listening to Tom Brady? Tom Brady is not a financial guru. Tom Brady is a football player, right? So all these celebrity endorsements and all that sort of thing, I don't know. I don't know who listens to that stuff. Clearly, I'm, not a multimillionaire or anything like that. Although somebody said to me the other day, with all the stock that you have in the store, in the inventory you have, you probably are a millionaire. And I said, wow. And yet I'm digging around in the change cup for my $2 in the morning for my Tim Hortons or my coffee from Rod's in Alcona. That's where the best coffee is, by the way. But yeah, I mean, I just you're going to sue him for telling you to invest in this thing. Why were you listening to him in the first place? And I think that's the answer they're probably going to get. You'd know better than I would what the legal liabilities would be for that, but I don't know how you go to court and go, well, my God, I thought Tom Brady was a financial genius and he knew everything about crypto. What the hell would give you that idea? Why would you think that was? I don't even remember him ever saying that. Him just saying I was involved in this. Now, I guess maybe legally it makes a difference if he was being paid or given shares in the company. Then I guess he is responsible to a certain extent. But that theory about Gisele and Tom, I had not heard that, but now it makes me want to look into it more and kind of look back and see what other couples might have done the same thing, right? There's the one couple. My wife watches The Real Housewives every once in a while for a laugh. The one woman whose husband was giving her all sorts of money to become a pop star or something like that, and then now they're all broke and all the money went away, and she's saying, I don't have to return any of it because it was a gift, and maybe they split up just for this reason. And I don't know, maybe it's the same thing. I'll ask my wife, she'll know more than me.
Okay, and report back if you find out for us. I will be not shocked in the next couple of years if we find out that they reconcile and get back together, because everybody loves Tom and Gisele together. Although there's sources saying that Pete Davidson is sniffing around now, but he's has his hands
What
full.
Is the attraction of Pete Davidson? I keep hearing there's one big thing that's a big attraction for Pete Davidson, which we're not going to talk about.
People,
he just looks like he would smell bad all the time.
Women can't resist funny Jewish guys. Apparently, that's a real attraction. That's what it is. And apparently, BDE is a thing. We will not spell that out, but apparently, Pete's doing okay in that department. So, Shohei Ohtani, Major League Baseball, MLB, Steph Curry also been named in the various lawsuits or this major lawsuit. And look, I've had enough people that understand in the world of finances. I mean, I have a business degree myself, but I always tell them one thing when it comes to cryptocurrency. Explain to me how this is not a Ponzi scheme. Like, that's all I'm asking of you. Like, just tell me, I know what a Ponzi scheme is. When you create something from nothing and people pour in money and then you raise the value of it, so more people pour in money and then you pay back the former people. The only way it works is as long as people don't pull out all their money at the same time, which is exactly what happened with FTX. But it's not based on anything besides air, as far as I know. There's this currency, you can't see it. It's called crypto. And here's the value of it. So I'll sell it to you for $10. Now you're going to pay 10,000. Now you're going to pay 100,000. Here's your 10,000 back. I don't see how this is not a Ponzi scheme. I'm not shocked whatsoever. And there's so much other things to invest your money in than air, as far as I'm concerned. But that's me.
I don't disagree with you. I would also, if we want to talk about conspiracy theories, I would say that the current method of funding dollars, whether it's Canadian or US or anything else like that, once you went off the gold standard and made it a fiat currency and it's not really based on anything, there is some underlying value to certain things, but it's basically just all sort of trust of the government to be able to do what they can do. And the fact that they just continually print the money now devalues what was supposed to be the underlying basis and backup. You can't just go to the bank anymore and go, well, I got $100. I want $100 worth of gold. No, sorry, we can't. We won't do that for you anymore. But no, I don't disagree with you. Again, I know that there seems to be this this thought being pushed that if you don't understand cryptocurrency, it's that you're not sophisticated enough to get it. You just need somebody else to handle it for you. Or maybe it's just bull crap and a Ponzi scheme. And the reason that I don't believe it is because I'm smart enough to look at it and go, this is a dumb idea. You know, eventually the rug's going to get pulled out from underneath. Hey, look, it's no different than the card market over the course of the last couple of years. And a lot of people don't want to hear this. But there are an awful lot of dudes walking around right now with graded Giannis cards or graded Mac Jones or whatever else that they paid thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for, that the rug has been pulled out and suddenly that card is not worth more than a couple $100. Okay? It was all hype. And you can look around YouTube if you go on YouTube and you can see the guys who were responsible for it. And they're all suddenly, amazingly, now they're getting money to go to card shows and buy things, but they're not putting their own money in. You know, and I get phone calls 3 or 4 a week. I've got all this stuff I need to sell. And I'm like, buddy, I didn't sell that to you in the first place because I didn't get involved in that part of it. And I'm certainly not going to buy it back now. I mean, we just had the big card show in Toronto. And it was very successful. It was the biggest card show that I believe that they've ever had there in the 25 years of the show. But about 90% of it was people walking around trying to get some of their money back out of some of the big cards that they bought. You know, hockey has not been affected so much because it didn't have such a dramatic climb and because the market base is not so huge. but basketball and football especially. I mean, some of those cards are selling at 10 to 20% of what they were selling for a year ago, right? And it was all pump, pump, pump. This is never going to dry up. It's amazing. And all of a sudden it dried up and all the cockroaches went back under their fridges, right? So,
taking one look at SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried, and if he showed up and I didn't know who he was or what he was, and I took one look at him and heard what he had to say, and I've seen interviews with him. If he tried to sell me $1,000 baseball card, I would go get the thing verified and make sure it's not fake. I can't imagine people pouring hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions and millions into an operation that this person ran. And when the stories came out of how he was running his operation with his companies and his staff, I'm not surprised. Like I'm just shocked he was able to build it to that kind of level, And I guess he's saying, "Look, I just need more investments. I'll get this thing right." Really? What? Somebody's gonna pour billions of dollars back into this? I don't think so. I think he's done. And but what they're saying is jail is probably gonna be the solution for him at the end of the day.
well, I mean, he maybe could get somebody to put billions of dollars back into it if they can come up with another fake billions of dollars. Then it's not real billions of dollars, and we'll shove it back over here and just move things around. I wasn't super aware of this guy before all of this happened. This story did make me familiar with the word polycule, which I did not know what that meant beforehand. And now looking at Sam Bankman-Fried and his girlfriend, and now I wish I didn't know what the word polycule meant. But hey, I guess I don't know. I just all of this goes back to the people who lost money in this. I think, okay, you're the smart guys. You're the guys who tell me you know about crypto, and you just lost all your money. I'm not making a lot of money on my money that's in the bank, but it doesn't seem to be going away anywhere either. And yes, I know as there's inflation, I am losing spending power on the money. I get it, but I'm invested in baseball cards and gift certificates to Denny's. I guess that's about what I have. So.